Okay guys, this is lesson 3. So today we're going to be learning about how to multiply decimals and to annex zeros in product. So first, like we do with every other lesson that we've had, we're going to estimate. So 4 is going to stay the same, and then we're going to estimate 0.83 to 1, okay, because that is close to 1. Okay, which then we're going to get 4. So now we're going to figure out the problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to realize that there are two decimal places. So 8.83 has two decimal places. 4 does not. Okay, so it is really important that you pay attention to the decimal places and the number of decimal places throughout the problem. So 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 and 8 is 32, 33. And so since we have 332, we need to also add our decimal in, okay? So we have two decimal places, which means we're going to move the decimal twice after we get our answer, which is going to be 1, 2, and then our answer is going to be 3.32. All right, it is very important to be moving the decimal places. Decimals do not need to be lined up. Okay, decimal places do not need to be lined up. You do not need to multiply like this, where it's 8.83 times 4.00. We only do that when we are adding and subtracting. We do not need to do that while we are multiplying. Okay. All right, another example. So we have find 3 times 14.2. So if we're going to estimate, we're going to leave 3 alone, and then we're going to estimate 14.2 to 14, which then we'll get some weird number. Off the top of my head, I will not know, but if I wanted to make this a number that is off the top of my head, I'll make that a 15. So 3 times 15 is actually 45. So our answer is going to be roughly around 45. So let's do the math. So 3 times 2 is 6. 3 and 4 is 12, and then carry the 1. 3 and 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So again, we have one decimal place here. It says 2, that's wrong. There's one decimal place. Okay, so when we get this, we are going to move 1 to the right, to the left. So we're going to start here, move over. We're going to have 42.6, which is about 45. All right. All right, another example. So we have find 4 times 0.95. So again, we're going to leave 4 the same, and we're going to estimate 0.95 to 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, you need to realize how many decimal places there are in 0.95, which is 2. Okay, if you look here, 1, 2. All right, and then you're going to multiply like normal. So 4 times 5 is 20, so 0, carry the 2. 4 and 9 is 36, plus 2 is 38, so 8, carry the 3, and then 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3, and now we need to move it 2 decimal places, okay? So your decimal place should be between the 3 and the 8, all right, and that is 3.8 is roughly around 4. So place the decimal point 2 places from the right. Okay, so just like we did here, I dropped the 0 because we really don't need that extra 0 at the end of our number. All right, so on to our next one. We got we have to find what 2 times 0.018 is. So there are 3 decimal places here. That is very important. Remember, that is how many times we need to move. So we have 3 decimal places. Now we're going to just multiply like normal. So 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 and 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. And then we have 2 and 0 and 0. Okay, so it is important to just do to add the zeros there. Don't just leave those blank. Add the zeros in when you are multiplying to the zeros. Okay. And then we need to move 3 times. So again, we're going to start at the end, and we're going to work our way from the right to left. So 1, 2, 3. Boom, there you go. And our answer should be 0.036. That's our answer. Okay, and if you want to double check by adding, you can do that as well. So 8 and 8 is 16. Carry the 1. That's 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And then you have your zeros. Make sure your decimals are lined up. They go straight down, and there we go. So that is the same as that answer. All right. We have find 4 times 0.012. So 0.012 has 3 decimal places. Okay, I got that because I counted how many decimal numbers are behind the decimal. Okay, and so if we start multiplying, we will get 4 and 2, which is 8. 4 and 1 is 4. And then we have 4 times 0 is 0, and 4 times 0 is 0. So since there are 3 decimal places, we have to put 3 decimal places. Okay, so we're going to start at the right, go left. 1, 2, 3, and our decimal place will be there. Okay, so we have 0.048 as our answer. 0.048 is our answer. Okay. If you want to double check by adding, you can. So if you do 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 8. And then you have 4, 2, 3, 4. And then your zeros all straight down. Your decimal points are all lined up. And then you have your zeros again, which is the exact same number as that one. All right. We got a word problem. So a batch of trail mix calls for 1.2 pounds of dry cereal. Ella, we're going to call her, is making 5 batches of trail mix. She already has 2.2 pounds of cereal. How many more pounds of dry cereal does she need? So we first need to multiply 1.2 times 5 because that is how much the trail mix needs. So we have 1.2 times 5, so that is 10. Carry the 1. It's 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So now that we have our total, which is 6, we need to subtract how much she already has, which is 2.2. So we put 2.2. Remember to line up our decimals and annex a 0 if we need to. And then we're going to subtract like normal. So we have 6. We have to borrow and make that a 5 and make that a 10 because you cannot subtract 0 or 2 from 0. 10 minus 2 is 8. And then bring down the decimal point straight down. 5 minus 2 is 3. So she will need 3.8 more pounds of cereal. Okay. If you need any extra help, please let me know. There are math meetings on Monday through Thursday from 2:45 to 3:15. Let me know if you guys need any extra help.